Afternoon guys, I've just flown from Kutaisi in Georgia to my 82nd nation of Cyprus. I'm in Larkana now, so I'm trying to see if I can get a bus to Nicosia. So here from Larkana airport, there should be a bus in about like an hour's time, I guess, 9:15. Should be enough time to get me into Nicosia. Then from the coast I've got to get to Paphos. So it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm in Limassol in some part of Cyprus. I got off the plane today at 2:10 and I just waited for a whole hour for a stupid bus to get to Nicosia. But there were no signs on any of the buses that were saying they were going to Nicosia. There was one bus parked outside the airport. Basically, it was the same company that goes to Nicosia. So I couldn't really be bothered waiting for the next bus. So they'll let you get on leave the same time. So I decided to get on the bus to Limassol. It only takes about like 40 minutes. And so like I'm halfway between like Larkana, Nicosia at the top, and Paphos we're going to leave today. But it just blows my mind how retarded a lot of people are in all these different countries to go to. Like, I mean, if you want people to get on buses, on the right buses, have somebody out the front and put a sign on your car that says, going to Paphos, going to Nicosia. Because the average person who flies into Larkana, they don't know buses. Unless they live in Cyprus, unless they're Cypriots. So, I'm just gonna go walk to the city today and gonna go see a few sights. If I had some brains or some power, I would walk to, the British base. But I thought, nah, it's not too exciting. I mean, it's still an international border though, but I should rather be in Nicosia right now, crossing the UN zone. But whoever is running the buses today at Larkana Airport is a fucking retard, in my opinion. So that's not me blaming, but that's my holiday this week. I was thinking of going to Beirut because even though there's not really any cheap direct flights from London to Beirut, the cheapest way to get there is basically you get a Ryanair flight from London or anywhere in Britain to Paphos, and then you just drive across the island. It takes you maybe 2 hours to go from Paphos to Larkana, and then just from like Larkana, he's going to fly onto Beirut. So I mean, the return flights from Larkana and Cyprus to Beirut are about under 100 quid and something. Could be much cheaper. But the thing was, I had what did I have? I had to get to Azerbaijan as well because that's still considered part of Europe. But then I had to, but I mean, there was no direct flights from Azerbaijan. So and there was hardly any cheap flights from Britain to Cyprus. So I kind of went like I had to like fly from here to from London where I live to Kutaisi, do my travels in Georgia and Azerbaijan, then fly from Kutaisi to Larkana, and then like take across the island to get to Paphos. So I have to leave to Paphos tomorrow, which is okay. It's only costing 20 quid to get back home, but it's going to cost me at least 20 euros to cross the whole island of Cyprus. Well, it's been independent since the 60s and stuff. It's basically a combination of Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, as well as other Europeans. It was part of the Ottoman Empire for many centuries. It's been part of, the Greek Empire. And then the British took a hold of it in the 19th century, and then they didn't let it go. What else do I know? Like George Michael's father was from Cyprus, and so when young George Michael went to Cyprus on his family's holiday, his father said to him, "Hey, don't go out further north, the Turks will shoot you." And this is before the whole invasion happened, like 74 and stuff. So the thing is, the UN have been in Cyprus for many years. I mean, since like the 60s. As a matter of fact, there was a large Australian presence of police force in Cyprus to maintain the peace. Truth be told, you can cross back and forth between like Greek Republic Cyprus and Turkish Cyprus. It's just that when you go to Turkish Cyprus, you'll get a stamp on a separate piece of paper. But the thing was, but once you're in that part of Turkish Cyprus, you still need a visa to go to the Turkish mainland. I mean, the only way you can get to Cyprus by boat is through the Republic of Turkey, because there are some cruises from Greece and Israel and then back in the day they used to have ferries to Egypt, but the ferries to Egypt and Syria and Israel have stopped running for a couple of years, just safety and security reasons, so it's kind of hard to overland it. But in my opinion, if you cross the borders between Greek and Turkish Cyprus, or even the British military bases, you literally are. It's really good at flag. Check out the flag over there. It's not the American flag, it's the Liberian flag. I find it weird to see a Liberian flag here in Cyprus, because Liberia was one of the only countries in Africa not to be colonized, along with Ethiopia. If you disregard the 1930s, 40s war with the Italians, to see a Liberian flag in Cyprus kind of gives me inspiration. So I would like to go to Monrovia, but the visa, to do it properly, to do it overland, you need a visa for Guinea, visa Sierra Leone, and a visa for Liberia. Like the Liberian visa in London is like 66 quid, but the Sierra Leone visa is like over 100 quid, and it's about 60 euros for the Guinean visa. When you talk about Guinea, I did have some flight offers recently to go to Guinea sometime in a few months, but I'm not really, I'm really running out of passport pages. I only got 9 pages left, so if I went to West Africa right now, I think I'd be wasting my passport. Here's a shout out to a Greek friend of mine called Dimitri, who I grew up in Australia, in Sydney, in my 20s, and he now lives in London. I haven't seen him since Raven. So the funny thing was, Dimitri was a Greek guy, and we used to go to gigs together and stuff. And then there was this one gig in 2010, Rampage, a really good Australian thrash band. He went up to me at the gig and he's like, "Hey Marta, man, I heard you went to a gangbang. How was it?" I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good." So Dimitri kept on bragging that I was always going to gangbangs. So then 4 years later, I was at this gig, Hellbringer, Convert Guilt, and this other band I can't really remember. Well, Christopher Archer would remember this. And I asked all of Dimitri's friends, "Hey, you guys see Dimitri?" And he's like, no, he had to go to his gangbang tonight. So I'm hanging out with the guys at Hellbringer and stuff. I say, "Oh, you guys heard about this gangbang I went to the other day in South Granville?" And my mate's like, "Oh, Martin, you're always going on about the gangbang." I'm like, I haven't been to one in years. So yeah, it's kind of funny. So there's a funny angry video game moment where basically rather robot, he asked for a gyro, so he makes a Greek food gyro. He's like, "Come on, you idiot!" I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "Come on, do it fast! I'm gonna go to fucking Greece." So when I had a gyro in Greece last year, I had a really good angry. You see, if you look at that tower overhead, it kind of reminds you of the infamous Warner Brothers tower. If you were around the kid in the 90s, you remember Animaniacs? Yeah, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot used to live in a tower like that. And the door of the tower was the Warner Brothers logo. So, kind of brings back memories. Makes me want to watch Animaniacs again. But, oh man, check out this one called Church, right here. It's kind of surprising that the Greek Orthodox use domes on their churches. Same with the mosque. Yeah, look how stupid this sign is, okay? It says that in French and German and Russian, the Irish Celtic cash machine, British English cash dispenser. Oh my god, look at it! It's the Mediterranean Sea. I haven't seen it in a while. I mean, I was in Athens like last year, but didn't go down to the beach. Wow. And it's 6 o'clock now. It's starting to rain. It's been raining for like the last half an hour. Don't mind that, but yeah, I'm gonna get headed back to the bus station now, because the last bus to Paphos, I'm flying out tomorrow afternoon, it leaves at 6:30, and I don't want to be like stuck in this town overnight. I don't know any hostels in this area. I mean, I kind of wish I did go to Nicosia, but you know, I've only got 24 hours and crap, and I mean, this flight back home, it's only cost me 20 quid. And I mean, like, I don't want to pay more than 20 quid if I miss my flight and fly back on my Monday. Because otherwise I'd have to, let's just say if I do miss my flight tomorrow, maybe other options are like flying to like Bournemouth, which is a really shit airport if you ask me, and there's other parts of England. I mean, I gotta be back at work on Tuesday. And I mean, I've had a week off work, which has been kind of fun. But, you know, I really want to get back home, get back to my usual house, get back to my usual routine, start thinking about future trips coming up 3 months from now, you know. But, if you ask me, I don't really find anything that interesting in Limassol. I mean, I don't know what's in Larkana. I mean, I've got no idea what the hell is even in Paphos as well. But I guess all the truth action is in Nicosia, but unfortunately, there's no airports in Nicosia because the only airport is in the UN buffer zone. That's been closed for over 44 years now. The thing is that if you want to like retrace your steps, you get past things you've already seen. There's like a mailbox over there. Like, speaking about like bus stations and stuff, I just find it a bit ridiculous that all the big cities in Cyprus, they don't have big bus stations. I mean, I remember when I was in Greece, I didn't get dropped off at a bus station, I got dropped off in a garage. So everyone's just beefing and stuff. Oh shit. You know, yeah. Because when I went from like Tirana in Albania to Athens, Greece, yeah, that was about like 12 hours in the bus. But the bus dropped me off in a garage in Athens, and like I said to someone, "Hey, is this Athens?" Because it didn't even look like a bus station to me. I mean, you go to like London and Paris and Stockholm and Oslo, they got pretty good bus stations. But I mean, one of the worst bus stations I've ever been to was in Brunei. Like, seriously, but there was no bus station, buses just park outside a hotel. And so to get to one part of Borneo, you had to ask your hotel reception, "Hey, yo, where's the nearest bus that goes to Kota Kinabalu and stuff?" Yeah. So, I'm going to head back to Paphos in about, what's the time now? It's like, okay, I've got like 23 minutes to get this bus back to Paphos, so I'm hoping that I won't be stuck here tonight. It's like, I'm not going to pay big bucks, I'm not going to, I mean, worst comes to worst, I will wait at the bus station until 5 o'clock in the morning. I've done it in the past. But I mean, you know, in a country like Cyprus, you'd rather have a bed for the night rather than just be on a train, because there's no trains in this country though. It's like 7:30 at night, or 8 o'clock maybe. I haven't looked at my watch. Well, I don't even have a watch. I have a phone. Yeah, it's close at 8, and I'm in Paphos. So the thing is, there's no Wi-Fi around here, and I only know about 2 hostels. So I don't know where I've had to get a good cheap bus to get to the airport. And to me, this doesn't even look like a bus stop. I mean, it is a bus stop. It's not like a bus station. So I'm gonna keep looking for Wi-Fi now. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. It just feels so weird to be walking the streets of Paphos in Cyprus. Just nobody's out. It just kind of reminds me of the times in Faro a couple of months ago, and there's hardly anybody on the streets at night. Hardly any good bars or restaurants, or even like places to buy beer open. So I just walk my lonely self. Just back to my hostel and just hit the sack. I'm kind of hoping the hostel could print out my boarding pass. But if they don't, I'll just download the Ryanair app on my phone, keep my phone charged all day tomorrow, and just use it. Because I mean, the worst thing you could do when you're traveling without these printer is not being able to print your boarding passes. Because if you can't print your boarding passes out and your phone's flat, then you got no physical or digital boarding pass, and you're going to pay €50 at an airport to check in. Which is ridiculous, but I mean, it's the price you pay for, not being a brain to carry a printer. As a matter of fact, my friend Johnny Blair from Don't Stop Living, he told me a story of how this woman, she was going to get charged €50 to check in for a really cheap flight. So she got a taxi to a printer shop, bought a printer, printed a boarding pass from the laptop, and just left the actual printer at the airport. I was like, wow, that's decency. I mean, if the whole thing in total cost you €50, like buying the printer and stuff, I mean, why wouldn't you? You see that red car right behind me? That car just drove back on the pavement. So I turn around the corner, I'm like, what the hell are you doing on the pavement, man? Car right there, That's 3 lanes. What a complete waste of a good frappe, It's like the late Chester Bennington Falcon say, I got a frappuccino, where's my fuck? So I got my room for tonight. It's done sorted, finally found the hostel. Let's see if there's a place I can buy a beer. I'm not going to go to a stupid pub, and there's pubs everywhere. I mean, pub there, pub around the corner, pub down the road. Just want to go to a mart and buy something, because after this hell like it's been today, like you go from Georgia to Lacana, take a bus to Limousin, Limousin was pretty crap, and it's going to Paphos, and then just getting lost in Paphos and trying to get a taxi to here. It's like I don't want to screw up anymore, because tomorrow's just serious. Tomorrow's a serious day that I got to get home. Because I'm not spending another day here. We just got having a Cypriot beer and English Mars bar at 10 o'clock at night on Saturday, and not going to these stupid bars. Save some money. Lovely. Metalhead's a wild. Hopefully Metalhead here. Still in Cyprus today. Yes, that's correct. But this area is starting to look really familiar from last night, because this is where I was when I got off the bus from Limassol. So now I need to go find an internet cafe nearby to print my boarding pass to avoid a 55 or 50 quid euro check-in fee. Yeah. Had a hard time trying to get to the hostel last night from here. Ended up having a taxi from somewhere rural in Nicosia. But things look like I'll be getting home today and not stuck here. That's my worst nightmare. I need to be back at work on Tuesday. There's a statue on the national heroes of Cyprus. The guy who fought against the British in the 1950s. He was killed in the Cyprus emergency by the British. I mean, a couple of them actually hanged in Nicosia. I think he was shot dead, or I'm not sure if he was hung or something. But I mean, look, it looks very patriotic. This is it. I got my boarding pass. I mean, you should see how much it cost. 2 minutes to 16 minutes, $2.50, and printing €2. It's very ridiculous, but when push comes to shove, and time is money, and you don't want to waste a 20-pound flight back to your country of origin. Oh, country of citizenship. Well, so it's worth and stuff. I mean, $4.50. That's like the price of 2 coffees in England. So now I gotta walk all the way back, or definitely a taxi back to the bus. I haven't taken a sightseeing bus since I was in Kuala Lumpur. I basically see those buses as rip-off because they won't take you to certain things, like war cemeteries, or minor museums that have history, you know. So in my opinion, get your phone out, type what you want to find, and walk there. It'll save you some. I've got to the area where the bus is, to get to the airport. It's €50, so saved myself like 19 euros in taxis, but I had to get a taxi to here because I was a bit lost. But you know, time well saved. There's not much to see around here. I mean, there's the beachfront. There's some Cypriot Navy over there. A whole bunch of rocks on the sea. One of the most dangerous sports in the world, rock fishing. Dun, dun, dun. It's close to lunchtime. Leaving for Paphos Airport. So it makes me good that it's only cost me €50 to get out there. I'm just gonna pay for a taxi. When you think about it, I paid like 10 euros for a taxi when I got lost last night. Then I just paid 8 euros for a taxi getting out of here. But I also got like lost up there. I do kind of wish I did go to Nicosia instead of going to Limassol. But, you know, I got all my life ahead of me, despite the fact that I've actually just run out of Europe right now.